Have you ever wondered how Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, achieved financial prosperity so quickly? What is Warren Buffett's secret to being so financially prosperous? Imagine if you could discover the same secrets that made him one of the most prosperous men in the world. Secrets that don't require luck or complicated formulas, but simple strategies that are accessible to anyone at any stage of life. Strategies that, when you apply them, will change your relationship with money forever. In this video, you'll learn Warren Buffett's secret to financial prosperity. Let's take a look at what he did and discover these valuable secrets. Time is your best friend. Imagine you have a small apple tree. If you take care of it every day, water it, fertilize it, and let the sun shine on it, the tree will slowly grow. One day, it will bear delicious fruit. If you keep looking after it year after year, the tree will produce more and more apples. Warren Buffett sees money in the same way. He believes that investing, which is basically planting your money in good opportunities, is like taking care of a tree. At first, it may seem like you have little, but with patience and a lot of care, your money can grow and multiply over time. Buffett started investing when he was very young. He knew that the earlier you start, the more time your money will have to grow. This is called compound interest, which is when money starts to generate more money on its own, just as the apples on your tree can be sold or replanted to generate more trees. He always says that time is the friend of good investments, and this means that the more time you give your money to grow, the more you will have in the future. Choosing the right tree. Now, imagine that you want to plant a tree, but there are many different types in the nursery. Some trees grow quickly but soon die. Others grow slowly but are strong and live for many years. Warren Buffett has learned that to be successful, it's best to plant the tree that will live for a long time, even if it grows slowly at first. In the world of money, this means choosing well where to invest. Many people try to make a quick buck by investing in things that seem immediately promising, such as fads. But Buffett prefers to invest in companies and businesses that are like strong trees. They may not grow as fast, but they are stable, secure, and will continue to bear fruit for many years. He always looks for companies that have a competitive advantage, i.e., something that makes them special and makes people always want to buy their products. For example, think of a brand of soft drink that everyone knows and loves. Even if the price goes up a bit, people will still buy it because they trust the brand. This is a competitive advantage, and Buffett likes to invest in companies like this, which have a moat around them, something that protects them from the competition. Simplicity and clarity. Many people think that to make money, you need to be a financial genius, understand complicated mathematics, or know everything about the stock market. But Warren Buffett has a secret: simplicity. He only invests in things he understands. If a business seems too confusing or complicated, he simply doesn't invest. Let's imagine that you have two options for making money. One is to sell ice cream in your neighborhood, and you understand exactly how that works. You buy the ingredients, make the ice cream, and sell it for a higher price. The other is a mysterious business where you have to do a lot of complicated calculations and you don't really understand how it works. Which would you choose? Buffett always chooses ice cream. He believes that if you don't understand how something works, it's best to stay away. For him, there's no shame in admitting that something is too complicated. He prefers to focus on the things that make sense, because then he can make wiser decisions and avoid problems. If you're enjoying this content so far, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. I'm preparing a series of videos that will transform your financial life, and you can't miss them. Patience, always. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Haste is the enemy of perfection"? Warren Buffett takes it very seriously. He knows that financial success doesn't happen overnight. Just as a tree takes time to grow and bear fruit, your investments also take time to produce results. Many people try to get rich quickly, but Buffett teaches that patience is the key. He always waits for the right moment to invest and doesn't worry about what others are doing. He knows that the markets can be volatile and that stock prices go up and down all the time, but he doesn't let that get to him. He once said that the stock market is like a crazy guy who changes his mood all the time. One day, he's very optimistic and thinks everything is going to work out. The next, he's depressed and thinks everything is going to fall apart. Buffett's tip is, don't follow the mood of this crazy guy. If you've made a good choice, stick with it and let time do its thing. Live simply. Now, let's imagine that you've won a huge prize, $1 million. Many people, on winning so much money, would rush out to buy luxury cars, mansions, and expensive clothes. But do you know what Warren Buffett would do? He probably wouldn't change a thing about his life. Even though he's a billionaire, Buffett lives very simply. He has lived in the same house for over 60 years, drives an ordinary car, and likes to eat in cheap restaurants. He doesn't need extravagant things to be happy. For him, true wealth lies in having the freedom to do what he loves, not in accumulating things. This is one of the secrets of his prosperity. He doesn't spend his money on unnecessary things, which gives him more resources to invest and make his money grow. Buffett teaches us that it's not about how much money you make, but how much you keep and how you use it. Don't let debt hold you back. Let's think for a moment about a common situation. You want to buy something expensive like a bicycle, but you don't have the money right now. So you borrow and promise to pay it back later with a little interest. This seems like a good idea at first, but over time the interest accumulates and you end up owing more than you expected. Buffett knows that debt can be a dangerous trap. He avoids borrowing money and advises people to do the same. If you live within your means and don't spend more than you earn, you'll be in control of your financial future. He says it's better to grow slowly but surely than to try to achieve success quickly and end up trapped in debt. Buy at the right price. How to hunt for a promotion. Let's say you want to buy a new bike. You go to the store and see that the price is too high. Instead of buying it straight away, you decide to wait until the price drops, perhaps during a promotion. This is something Warren Buffett does all the time. But instead of waiting for a promotion to buy a bike, he waits to buy shares at the right time, when they are cheaper than they should be. Buffett has a very important rule. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. He always tries to buy companies when their share price is below what he believes their real value to be. Let's explain it simply. Imagine you want to buy a bicycle that's worth 500 reais, but the store is selling it for 400 reais. You know it's a good deal because you're buying something for less than it's worth. Now, if that same bike was being sold for 600 reais, you'd probably wait until the price was fairer. This is the principle that Buffett follows. He waits until companies are on sale to invest, which means that he buys their shares when they are cheap, but still of excellent quality. Thus, when the market realizes the true value of the company and the price rises, Buffett is already in a favorable position. The magic of compound interest. Money grows on its own. Have you ever heard of compound interest? It's like magic for your money, but it's real magic. And Warren Buffett has been using it since he was very young. Let's understand this with a simple example. Imagine you have $100 and you put this money in the bank, where you earn 10% interest per year. At the end of the first year, you'll have 110 reais. The following year, instead of earning 10% only on the initial 100 reais, you'll earn 10% on the 110 reais or 11 reais. This continues year after year, and soon you'll be earning more and more money just because the original amount is growing. That's the essence of compound interest. Warren Buffett started investing when he was very young, which gave his money plenty of time to grow on its own. He says that compound interest is like a snowball, which starts out small, but as it rolls downhill, it grows and grows until it becomes something gigantic. This is an important lesson for anyone who wants to be financially prosperous. The sooner you start investing and let time work for you, the greater the results will be in the future. You don't have to be a millionaire to start investing. The important thing is to start and be patient. Think like an owner, not an outsider. Many people buy shares as if they were betting on a game. They wait for the price to rise so they can sell quickly and make money. But Warren Buffett does something very different. He doesn't think like a gambler. He thinks like a business owner. Let's imagine that you have a small bakery in your town. You invest your time, energy, and money in it because you believe in the success of your business. You don't worry if someone in town says the bakery isn't good enough, because you know you're doing a good job, and that, over time, your bakery will grow and prosper. Buffett sees the companies he invests in the same way. He buys shares and keeps them for many years because he believes in the quality of the business and its ability to generate profits in the long term. He studies each company thoroughly before investing, as if he were deciding to buy the bakery. And once he decides to invest, he treats the company as if it were one of his own businesses. This way of thinking makes a big difference. While many people buy shares only to sell them later, Buffett commits to the long term, which often results in much higher returns. If you want to be financially prosperous, think like an owner, not like someone just passing through. Avoid debt. Don't get stuck. Imagine you have a backpack on your back and you're climbing a mountain. At first, your backpack is light, but with each step, you put more and more rocks in it. After a while, your backpack is so heavy that it's hard to keep climbing. Debt is like those stones. It accumulates and makes it harder to achieve your financial goals. Warren Buffett always advises avoiding debt, especially high-interest debt such as credit card debt. He knows that the more money you owe, the harder it is to make your money grow. Instead of having the power of interest working for you, as happens with investments with debt, the interest works against you, making your backpack heavier. He prefers to use the money he has to invest and make more money, rather than spend what he doesn't have and then pay for it with interest. Buffett believes that living simply, spending less than you earn, and avoiding debt is one of the keys to financial prosperity. The importance of continuing education. You can never learn too much. Let's imagine that you have a very nice car, but you never maintain it. Over time, it starts to have problems and eventually stops working. Now, imagine that you look after that car regularly, always changing the oil and checking the engine. That car will last a lot longer, right? Warren Buffett sees continuing education in the same way. He believes that, just like looking after your car, you need to keep learning and improving your financial knowledge throughout your life. He's known for reading extensively every day and for studying the markets, companies, and the economy. Buffett says that the more you learn, the more you earn. This doesn't mean you need to go back to school or take expensive courses. It simply means always being curious, learning about what's going on in the world, and never stopping acquiring knowledge. He sees education as the engine that keeps your car or your mind running smoothly. Best of all, knowledge, unlike money, is something that no one can take away from you. The more you learn, the more you empower yourself to make wise decisions and grow your money sustainably. Keep your feet on the ground. Frugality is important. Many people imagine that when someone becomes very rich, they start living extravagantly, buying mansions, yachts, and luxury cars. But Warren Buffett teaches us that frugality, that is, spending wisely and avoiding excesses, is an essential component of financial prosperity. He lives in a modest house in Omaha, where he has lived for more than 6 decades, and sees no need to live extravagantly. This may seem strange. After all, he has billions of dollars, but Buffett knows that true happiness doesn't come from spending money without thinking. For him, the important thing is to have financial freedom, which means he can do what he wants, when he wants, without worrying about debts or the opinions of others. This simple lifestyle has allowed him to invest and make his money grow even more. He prefers to spend his time and energy on things that really matter to him, such as learning and investing, rather than spending money on material things that lose value over time. Have a plan and stick to it. The clear path to success. For Warren Buffett, having a clear plan is essential to achieving financial prosperity. He doesn't make decisions impulsively or follow passing trends. Instead, he sets long-term goals and follows a strategic plan to achieve them. Having a plan is like following a map to reach a destination. Without a plan, you can end up getting lost or taking the longest and most difficult route. Buffett always knew where he wanted to go, and with patience and discipline, he followed his plan over the years. If you want to achieve financial prosperity, it's important to have a plan for the future. Define your financial goals and work towards them, making adjustments as necessary, but always keeping your focus on the end goal. Keep calm in tough times. Don't panic. Imagine you're sailing on a boat and suddenly it starts raining and the sea gets rough. Some people might get scared and try to turn the boat in all directions, but experienced sailors know that the best thing to do is to keep calm and stay the course, waiting for the storm to pass. In the investment world, something very similar happens. Sometimes the financial markets go through big falls, and many people panic, selling their shares for fear of losing more money. Warren Buffett, however, teaches us that moments of crisis are opportunities, not reasons for despair. Buffett knows that the market behaves like the weather. Sometimes there are storms, but then the sun shines again. He teaches us to stay calm and not make impulsive decisions. When people are desperately selling, it's often the moment when Buffett is buying. He trusts the fundamentals of the companies he has chosen, knowing that over time the market will recognize their value and they will rise again. This lesson is very important for anyone seeking financial prosperity. Staying calm in difficult times and not panicking is crucial. If you stick to your principles and make rational decisions rather than acting on emotion, you will have a better chance of achieving long-term success. Trust your instinct and your research. Don't follow the crowd. Let's imagine a common situation. You're in a huge queue to get into a new restaurant that everyone says is the best in town. You don't even know if you like that kind of food, but you decide to stand in line because everyone else is there. Only after entering do you realize that the restaurant isn't as good as they said. Warren Buffett has learned throughout his life that following the crowd is rarely the best choice, especially when it comes to money. Many people do what everyone else is doing, buying shares in a company because it's the new trend, or because all their friends are doing it. But Buffett prefers to rely on his own research and judgment. He spends a lot of time studying each company before investing and makes decisions based on solid data, not on what most people are doing. Often, this means he does the opposite of what most people do. When people are frantically buying, he can wait. And when everyone is selling, he can see an opportunity. The lesson here is clear. Trust yourself. Do your research, understand what you're investing in, and make informed decisions. Don't feel pressure to follow what everyone else is doing, because what's good for the majority won't always be good for you. Invest in yourself. The greatest asset is you. Warren Buffett always says that the best investment you can make is not in stocks or companies, but in yourself. He believes that investing in your own development, skills, and education is the surest path to financial and personal success. Think of yourself as a plant. If you water it, give it nutrients and expose it to the sun, it will grow strong and healthy. The same goes for you. When you invest time in learning new skills, studying and developing yourself, you are creating opportunities to grow as a person and as a professional. This, in turn, will help you make better decisions and eventually achieve financial prosperity. Buffett is an avid reader and scholar. He believes that the more you know, the better your decisions will be. And this doesn't just apply to the world of investments. If you want to start your own business, for example, the more you know about the sector, about management, and about the challenges you will face, the greater your chances of success. Investing in yourself can be as simple as reading a book on finance, learning a new skill, or enrolling in a course. The important thing is to never stop growing and learning, because you are your greatest asset. Have wise partners. Choose your companies. Well, have you ever heard the saying, "Tell me who you're with, and I'll tell you who you are"? This also applies to financial success. Warren Buffett always emphasizes the importance of being surrounded by wise and trustworthy people. He says that if you want to prosper, you have to choose quality partners. Buffett has always done business with people he trusts and who have values similar to his own. He believes that working with honest and ethical people is fundamental to success. If you are surrounded by people who only think about quick wins or who don't have a long-term vision, this can damage your own financial journey. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who share your vision of patience, planning, and frugality, it will be easier to stay on track. And this doesn't just apply to the business world. The people you hang around with, whether friends or work colleagues, have a big impact on the way you see the world and make decisions. Buffett therefore teaches that it is essential to choose your companies well. Look for partners who have the same long-term vision and want to grow in a solid and sustainable way as you do. Have a higher purpose. Money isn't everything. Finally, one of Warren Buffett's greatest secrets to prosperity is that despite being one of the richest people in the world, he has never put money at the center of his life. For him, money is a tool that can help achieve greater goals, but it is not the end goal. Buffett believes that true happiness comes from doing what you love and helping others. He is known for his commitment to philanthropy, promising to donate a large part of his fortune to important causes such as education and health. He understands that financial success is important, but only valuable if it is used positively to impact the world. This is an important lesson. Money alone does not bring happiness. Having financial prosperity is great, but more important than how much you earn is what you do with that money. Having a greater purpose, such as caring for your family, contributing to your community, or helping those in need, gives your life greater meaning and makes your financial success even more valuable. Buffett always says that real wealth is being able to do what you love and contribute to a better world. So while you work towards financial prosperity, never lose sight of what really matters in life: purpose, passion, and the positive impact you can leave on the world. Warren Buffett is a living example that financial prosperity is not an impossible mystery to achieve. With patience, discipline, and the right principles, anyone can walk the path to success. Buffett teaches us that living simply, investing wisely, and always learning are the pillars for building a financially prosperous and meaningful life. Whether you're a child starting to save or an adult planning your future, Buffett's secrets can be applied at any stage of life. The important thing to remember is that prosperity doesn't happen overnight. Just as a tree takes years to grow and bear fruit, your money also needs time and care. Follow Buffett's advice, invest in yourself, trust in the power of compound interest, choose your companies well, and above all, be patient. With these lessons in mind, you'll be well on your way to achieving financial prosperity and living a full and meaningful life. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've made it this far in the video, comment there. I stayed until the end. When I see that comment, I'll be happy to reply, because I'll know you're on the right track to becoming a millionaire soon. And now, on your screen, there's an incredible video I've prepared especially for you. I'm sure it will add a lot of value for you, so click on it and go watch it right now. Do it for yourself and for your future. See you soon.